this earlier, but now that you're awake, let me explain it for you as well. It is commonly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use the incense you smelled inside was the spirit borneol I just mentioned. That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition, as you experienced firsthand. Does that make sense? Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious? Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on and be sure to do as I've said.
Yes, Master Tainari. Wait.
حاسة بخطر ولا ايه؟
Can you tell us what's going on?
شوفنا حاجة مينفعش نشوفها؟
Sure. Let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandharvaville for further observation while you recuperate.
Further observation?
انت هتفحصنا يا عم ولا انت هتعمل علينا تجارب؟
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand the gravity of the situation once I explain everything to you. Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination. If you're skeptical, have to leave. It's highly likely that you'd suddenly pass out again somewhere else. The rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, I'm afraid for now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own. At least until you stop having adverse reactions to this kind of smell, okay? Good. Now continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Seriously? We just arrived in Sumeru and we're already having problems left and right! Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible, but you really don't look too good. It'd probably be best to, hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now? You mean
what I saw was a hallucination.
Red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be?
حاجة بالفعل موجودة. Red sky.
Well, considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. But if he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right?
وانا حاسة بكده. He probably wasn't telling us the truth. في حاجة مخبيها.
You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? But if that's the case, why would he try to hide that from us?
الله أعلم. حاجة بيحمي بيها الأرض بتاعته وفي حاجة معينة بالظبط.
Paimon gets it now. That explains why you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it.
طياري.
We'll stay here to rest up and figure out what's going on with your hallucination. But it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do? Good idea.
ممكن تقع بلسانها البت.
We can ask her tomorrow about what she knows regarding the Dendro Archon and customs. Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Colin.
الله المكان مريح قوي للأعصاب كده وشكله جميل. ايه الحلاوة دي؟ انا عايزة اعيش هنا. طيب انا عايزة اعيش هنا. ايه هنا؟ ايوه بدرس بذاكر. الله ورق شجر وبتاع. ايه ده؟ انا حاسه ان انا يا جماعه في فيلم بتاع اسمها ايه، اسمها ايه دي، تينكربيل. تينكربيل بالظبط. صغرت وبقيت بقى بعيش في بتاع الحاجات اللي بيعيشوا فيها دي، البودز دي، ولا ما اعرفش اسمها ايه. مين؟ كامران، خمران يعني ولا ايه؟ ايه ده؟ في تصوير، ثواني. مين حضرتك؟ فيلبي؟ مش من هنا شكلك. الحمد لله. احنا فين المفروض نروح؟ فوق صح؟ ايه ده؟ في بتاع، هسيب بقى المهمة الأساسية واقعد ادور على لا دي سهلة ان شاء الله. هوبا. اوف والله التنقل لذيذ. يا جدو ازيك؟ يهديكم الله ويصلح بالكم. قمران، ايوه. مش قمر واحد.
All right. Next, let's see your right hand. Yes. But please remember that you still need to be careful.
Yes, I will. By the way, Master.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides, there's a chance we may encounter... well, you understand.
But I have a vision too!
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about right now. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah! Since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try lending a hand around here.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps Kale could take you two for a patrol south of Gandharvaville for the day. And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Tanari, we're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading into the forest now. I'll leave any further details to Kale.
عاجبني ان كل بلد ليها الثيم باللون بتاعها يعني. مونستاد او ازرقات مثلا كده، بس ملهاش ثيم لون معين قوي. انما مثلا ليوي تحس انها اورنج كده. الاورنجات او برتقاني يعني. انازوما الموفات، النزومة دي كانت باينة جدا، موفات في كل حتة everywhere. هنا عشان غابة بقى وخضرة وبتاع كده فأخضرات، حتى في اللبس في مش عارف ايه الكلام ده.
So, Kale, what exactly are we going to be doing today? Tanari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but, well, roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention standards are met, and providing assistance to travelers and locals. As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of the road. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps as we make our way to the Statue of the Seven.
ماشي، يعني بيخلولك انتي الشغلانات على قدك يعني.
Hi on, traveler, this way. You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual.
احنا خبرة يا بنتي. كوك. مين حضرتك؟ أشبازي؟ ماشي، وماله؟ هنمشي بسكروز بقى عشان لون شعرها الأخضر.
Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones.
يعني لامبس دي؟ فين اللامبس أصلا؟ مين ده؟ انت مين؟ انت مين؟ ثواني معلش. مش كده النت مخلي فيه تأخير كمان في الجيم بلاي نفسه. باجي احول الكاركترز. اهي اللامب. ما شفتش اسمه، كان باين اسمه، قصدهم يعملوه قصد الجمل يعني. بس يعني ضربت منهم. ثواني كده، اكيد فوق هنا صح؟ ده شرط بعيد بقى. فوق ولا فين يا؟ لا انا عايزه اجيب البتاع الاول. تحت ولا فوق؟ اهي فوق تحت. لا دخلوني. مش عارفه ادخل. جاب من الناحيه التانية. ايه ده؟ ايه ده؟ ما هذا؟ ده بيتعمل اكيد بالدندرو. واحنا ليه ما خدناش لسه مش احنا ما خدناش تقريبا عنصر الدندرو لسه صح؟ قصدي يعني للترافلر. نرجع تاني شوف الغباء.
The statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came down this road before. It's pretty high up there, isn't
ما انا
it?
دوست عليه بعد ما
If you're afraid you can't make it
ما
up there,
جاليش كلمة
I'm sure
ريزونيت.
Master wouldn't mind if
ممكن
you
يكون
don't clean
بعد
the
المهمة
statue.
دي يمكن. It's pretty high there is if you're free you can make it up.
Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then. There's not much footing once you reach the statue. Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard-to-reach areas. By the way, Kale, do you know anything about the dungeon? That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukudavata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
لازم بالبطلة نفسها. خدتش بالي.
Greater Lord Rukudavata? Oh, is that the name of the Greater Lord Rukudavata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works provided a means of peaceful living for everyone. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago.
Disappeared. The Makoto. That's okay.
According to what Masters told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Sarastana. Then what happened? Well, and then... I'm not too sure what happened, to be honest. Huh? You're not too sure? But aren't you from Sumeru? Yeah, I'm from Sumeru. Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers. If that... No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Besides, I don't... Anyway, you two know Amber, right? What?
أهلا.
Amber? You mean...
في حاجة يعني في حاجة something is not right. يعني مش مجرد ان هو هاي راحت دي اتولدت او مش عارفة، زي ما يكون كان مقصود انها تختفي عشان دي تظهر، وممكن تكون فعلا زي ما انت بتقولي يعني هي نفسها تعتبر كأن هي الكونشس بتاع القديمة بس بجسد مختلف وشكل مختلف يعني، لكن نفس الكونشس او يعني اسمه ايه، نفس الوعي بقى ودماغ القديمة يعني.
No one like Amber. To the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment, but is also very understanding of others. She's like the spark that lights the fire in everyone's heart around her.
انا يعني ما انت لو تعرفي ان هما بيستخدموها ولاعة اصلا ما كنتش هتقولي كل ده. ما انا عارف انا قصدي انت بتقولي انها ممكن تكون هي نفسها الاركم، بس يعني اتولدت في شكل جديد او كده، بس هي نفس الوعي بتاع القديم يعني كده. يعني دي مش واحدة جديدة، هي بس في جسم مختلف وبشكل مختلف يعني.
If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider.
First person
She's
anyone
the
coming to
first
himself
person anyone coming to Mondstadt will
can
meet.
help
You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm, causing you to
يا عم دي
fall
كانت
in love with the
بتخنقني،
lands
اسكتي
of
بقى.
Mondstadt and...
could be يعني ممكن، هنشوف.
sorry.
اوفر جدا، مش عارفه في ايه. تقريبا هم حسوا ان الجيمرز بيكرهوها، فقال لك ايه، بنت برضو غلبانه وكده، لا ندفس لها تطبيل بالعافيه جوه سوميرو. Oh, I've never seen the side of you, Colleen.
I thought the work of outriders was a little different from
I'm
what
sure
you
you
just
will like it.
described. Sorry. I was rambling on just now.
لا بس هي كتصميم وككاركتر بحسها احلى من امبر، يعني كتصميم بالذات. شغل امبر والكيوتنس الزياده ما بحبوش يعني، او اللي هي شايف ارنوبه كده لا ما بحبش كده. واوفر في الكيوتنس. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow.
So, how do you know that we've met Amber?
No, Amber رغاية.
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating... I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been through that day, I thought it'd be inappropriate to bring it up. So that's how you did. Yep. So please know that you two have my complete trust. I wish I could tell you more about the Dendro Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't read any books.
اخصى عليكي.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or the Sanctuary of Surasthana until you mentioned them.
Surasthana. ستانا. الستانة دي اللي هي يعني موجودة في اللغة التركية، كلمة ستانة دي زي مثلا او يعني زي مثلا اجزخانة، سوري معلش. ستانة دي اللي هي ايه تقريبا المستشفى تقريبا، حاجة كده. سورة ستانة. فسورة ستانة دي بقى ما علينا. حاجة لها علاقة باللغة التركية يعني. ممكن تكون موجودة في الفارسي برضو، يعني ان هم اصلا عشان احنا في اللاند اوف ديندرو اركون، فاحنا عايزين نعرف عنها. مورستان لا وفي استني في انا بس مش قادرة افتكر اللي هي ايه استانة، مش عارفة ليه جاي في دماغي اجزخانة، بس كلمة اجزخانة دي تركي اللي هي الصيدلية. Your journey to go.
So that's why you're here. Thank you for telling me your story. Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right? Alright.
كده متخلف.
You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll go ahead and inspect the forest canopy. Let's meet back here.
ها climb. بص الحركة دي. على الكلايم يعني انا قاعد اطلع ده كله اصلا.
Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue is kinda small. Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
مش عارف، معرفش انتوا دوري مش عرفني انا. mix of both مثلا. اصل حاساها مش صغيرة قوي ومش كبيرة قوي برضه.
You
بس عاجبني شكل الاستاتيو، يعني هو انها عامله كده على كوره وزي مريحه كده.
Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. Let's get started on cleaning the statue. Paimon will fly up and take care of the top, and you.
او بيلمعوا الاستاتيوز بتاعتهم يا اختي.
That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale.
طب ثواني غير، ناخد الاول معلش. طيب نغير البارتي او يعني نجيب الترافلر عشان بس ايوه لسه والله بقول. رشقلنا في كل حاجة البطلة.
Just what will we come across this time?
انا ناسية النقطة دي اصلا. اوه the essence of flora. خدنا كمان achievement in the power of danger. تمام خليها معانا يلا نمشي بيها. اصلا ينفع اسندها على فكرة، او معايا حاجات اسند. يلا من نفسك من نفسك يعني مستخسرة ضايع عليك بصراحة، بس يلا مش مشكلة نجيب منه تاني ان شاء الله. لسه قدامنا ارض كبيرة للاستكشاف. مش متخيلة انا عملت ترافلر وصلتها 60 يعني. قصدي 70 بقى مش 60. ايه 60 ايه؟ فاضلي من ده بس. حلو. بس انا مش هطلع يعني حاجات اساسا حاجات تعبانه. تقريبا الويبن اي كلام. طلع ويبن حلو بس اديته لحد تاني بقى اهم من زمان بقى. انما انا بصي حاجه عيب خالص. انا هحطلها حرفيا اي حاجه، هرزع لها اي سلاح والله العظيم. اتاك بيز اتاك. انا شايفه انه الاتاك يبقى حلو بالنسبه لها ولا ايه؟ يلا مش مشكله. في ده بتاع شين ارت. ايه ده شكله اختلف كده ليه؟ اللي عندي انرجي ريتشارج. شكله بقى حلو اوي لما كله انرجي. استني في كريت دامج في. انا اصلا مش مهتمه بيها اوي يعني، مش هماني اوي. انا بس عايزه اجرب البتاع بتاعها. مش عارفه اعملها انهانس ولا فكني من يلا انهانس يلا من نفسك يا اختي. مش قادره اصدق اني عماله بعلي في حاجه الترافلر. لا انا دي اصلا محتاجه الحاجات دي في حاجات تانية مش مهم. يلا مع السلامة. meet up with كولي. انت فين يا كولي؟ وانا ليه بقى؟ ايه ده؟ الحمد لله انا اصلا ما تسلقتش.
What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment it, I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them.
زي بيتا بريد ده برضو من الحاجات التركي، مش البيتا صح؟ يا دي النيلة.
I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine. Oh, I'm nearly happy. Those pitas are.
فين المحشي يا جدعان؟ فين المسقعة؟ فين الكشري؟ فين الحاجات دي؟ مشاوي، أكل عربي يا جماعة.
Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night, no. You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers, so you'll be making your own pita pockets in no time.
بس تخيل بقى يعلمونا وصفة المحشي مثلا، يكتبها محشي. بعدين هتلاقي فيه ورق عنب هنا قريب اكيد، يعني ممكن نعمله محشي عادي. عشان انا صابرة عليكي. انت هتضربينا ولا ايه؟ بس انا بكرش عليه صح؟ ايوه شكلك بتكرش عليه والله. خلطة المحشي لسه عاملة محشي امبارح والله. I heard the masters from some ancient mysterious race. ايوه بقى نفسي افهم الريس بتاعه ايه بقى، يعني الودنين اللي عنده انا حاسه يكون حاطط طاقيه او حاجه عليه، لان ده مش تحسه مش شعره مثلا، مش حاجه مرتبطه براسه، بس بيقعد يحرك ودانه. طب ازاي؟ مش فاهمه. وديل ثعلب كده برضه، مش عارفه ده ديل حقيقي ولا ده ايه.
By the way, you've heard of the academia, right? Well, there's a group called well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants. Sages from the academia have written him many times, inviting him to take up an official position there. But Master declines their offers every time, saying Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears.
يعني دي الايرز بتاعته الحقيقية فعلا. I'd really like to. ماشي.
I know, right? They've always wanted to pet them too.
بوبي. بوبي مش عارفة بس كان بوبي فعلا ولا. عارفة الرسومات اللي على المعابد وعليكم السلام يا اهلا يا اهلا. الرسومات اللي على المعابد الفرعونية اللي هي يعني الآلهة اصلا بتاعت المصريين القدماء كان بيقدسوها حيوانات وكده، فمن ضمن الآلهة مثلا تلاقي مش عارف وش كلب، وش ابن آوى ده مثلا، مش عارف ايه كده، حسسني الحوار ده. وبعدين بتقول ancient trees I know, right? I've always wanted for them to.
Anyway, Master could have easily left the rainforest to take up a position at the academia, but he chose to stay here instead as a forest watcher, helping the locals every day and passing on his knowledge to trainees.
بودني كلب.
In fact, Master
مش عارفة إذا كان كلب ولا أرنب ده ولا ايه، ولا bit of both، مش عارفة. But told me out a big pizza bucket.
Really? Paimon would have never guessed that. Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. Paimon's still kinda upset though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way.
هو شكله شديد شوية، حسيت كده لما اكلم كولي ولما اكلم البت اللي ام عين نايمة دي.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little, but it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling. Why, oh why? Is she going to die? It probably started to take the Master's skin after a while.
بصراحة عندك حق، هي خنيقة يعني، هي فعلا تستاهل اللي يجيلها من تجناري ده. أنا معاه، بس لو هيهزق بايمون دي every day أنا معاه. بس خلاص. انتي مسخرة الجميع. آخرك هتعملي ايه؟ ايه دي شدت وفي ايه؟ يا دي النيلة، انت رجعت لها الذكريات السوداء. ما هي معمول عليها اصلا تجارب وحاجات زي كده. عندي فضول ان انا اقرا الكوميكس بصراحه والله بتاعتهم. ايوه انا عارفه اللي حصل لها اصلا، بس عايزه اقرا في الكوميك بجد فعلا عشان عايزه. لا انا عايزه هي دي نفس البتاع الرخمه اللي انا مش عارفه اخدها. ماشي مش مهم بعدين. anyway لا بقولك ايه، انا هسيب التنقل العادي واقعد العب عاجبني جدا. هوبا عندها
Traveler, you've returned.
انت مالك؟
Oh, Kale?
انت زعلانه ليه؟ قوليلي. طب انا نايمه ولا انت بتعيط ولا ايه؟ ماشي. 8 الصبح. لا بس بقى ماشي 8:30. يلا مش مهم. ايوه انا بقولك ده الشكل ده اول مره اشوفه، او العين دي اول مره اشوفها. تغيير لك ايه؟ نغير ايه؟ نغير العين، ننزلها شويه بس. I'm thinking all night about what happened with Cole and still can't figure out. اخلصي، لسه القصة ما خلصتش. ايه هينزل لها بس مش عارف امتى. قصة سوميرو صح؟ ما انا عرفت انت كنتوا قايلين كده فعلا على الجروب. ايه ده؟ استني. لسه هنستنى بقى انهي بقى تحديث ان شاء الله، يعني مش التحديث اللي بعده على طول. حلو قوي التليبورت ده، احلى من اللي بتاع انازوما اللي هو وان شوت كده يعني لونج شوت. يا دي تايناري ده، تايناري تجناري يا ماما. يعني في نفس التحديث. بس انا طبعا عمري ما جربت الموضوع ده لانه انا لعبت انازوما بعد ما كانت خلاص كلها نزلت اساسا. بعد يومين. طيب
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
منك يا بايم، كله منك.
No,
عشان انت حمارة.
Something as small as you could never harm her.
اسمه
This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time.
اكيد سيكنس معنوي يا حاجة، نفسي. مع بايمون دي قد كده هو بس خنيقة واكيد
Kale has been more excited than usual since
الدومين
you
بتاع
two
التانس.
arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now. It must have been refreshing for her to have you two here.
دومين بتاعه عشان الشخصيات الجديدة.
So, Tainari, what's really
انا
wrong
كسبت
with
كولي
Kale?
على فكرة. لسه كنت بقول يعني قبل ما ادخل اصلا على سوميرو وقبل ما اتحرك من مكاني عملت كده 10 سحبات كده على بانر جونجلي طلعت لي كولي. ده على طول كده بستفتح.
Let's take this
متوقعتش يعني.
conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking her medicine. She needs some peace and quiet.
ما انا عرفت ان هكسبها، فيبقى كده هتبقى سي 1 ان شاء الله. thought I ignored to discuss the details ماشي. يا سلام، عجبني البيئة قوي لحد الآن يعني. متحمسة بقى للصحراء والمعابد اللي جابوها دي. انا عايزة اعرف هندخل معابد بقى.
Let's
ماي جاد.
continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just
ايه يا
now.
ابني، ده انا شهرتي، ده انا
I've also heard
مسمعة
all
في
about your
البلاد
deeds in
كلها.
Liyue and Inazuma.
I also heard all about your deeds.
So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you
بالظبط،
because
لسه كنت هقول توم رايدر، اما عشان كده انا متحمسة قوي للمعابد في شغل بقى توم رايدر بقى واساسنز كريد. حماس.
well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she would.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for...
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
اليازار ده حاجة يعني بالعربي اسمه ايه ولا ده ملوش عربي اسمه عربي؟
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands
نطقهم
of
اصلا يخلي
Sumeru.
الواحد.
It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body.
سكيلز؟ ايه ده؟ مش عارفة، ده بيفكرني شوية في حاجة بتاع اللي كان في جيم اوف ثرونز ده. ايوه انا عارفه ان في امراض اصلا جلديه يعني عادي، دي مش حاجه يعني غريبه، امراض جلديه شبه الحاجات دي، بس قصدي بيفكرني شويه او اكتر يعني بتاع جيم اوف ثرونز. فاكر بيعمل السباقول والله، اللي هو كان الحق اللي عمل اسمه ايه سام ده محاول ان هو يقشره كده وبيبقى باللمس، بينتقل باللمس. بس في حاجات شبه الحاجات زي الجذام ده، ربنا يعافينا، ده بينتقل برضو باللمس. عشان كده بيبقى ليهم مستشفى خاصة بيهم بتوع مرضى الجذام دول، ممنوع اصلا يعني ان انت تحتك بيهم. ربنا يعافينا بجد، حاجة صعبة اوي. يا عيني كيوت دي عندها كده.
The afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia.
جايبين يعني مرض له علاقة شوية بالمكان يعني.
In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
Yeah.
That sounds terrifying.
They lose control over their body.
Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to
صباح
be acting a
الخير.
little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Correct. That would be the effects of
ما أنا
Elazar,
عارف.
which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself.
Which is personally why I do not want her carrying or holding anything unless she ends up hurting herself. So is there any cure? عشان كده لما شالت الحاجة انا افتكرت ان هي يعني زي خرقاء عادي يعني بتوقع الحاجة وتكسر حاجة، بس بسبب انها مش بتتحكم في جسمها يعني كويس. بس ده فعلا حصل لها بسبب الشخص ده.
With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for Elazar. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a
ايوه هو ده اللي
cure.
حصل. ايوه يعني المرض ده عندها اصلا من قبل. ايوه انا عارف كده انها كانت راحت عشان تتعالج وهو بقى عمل عليها.
Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them.
دول
That'll
ما-
save me
يعني
some
بص
explanation.
بيعيشوا في الارض فسادا.
Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it,
بس
but her case of
الغضب على
Elazar was
وشنا.
completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them.
I have no idea how this.
However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant.
دوتوري ما مش بالايطالي دوتوري دي.
Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful. But her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars.
مجنون ابن مجنون
Even
والله.
now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
عشان كده كانت متضايقة ان حد ايوه دوتوري الدوتوري تقريبا حاجة كده. هي ال دي في الاسبانية بس دوتوري مش عارفة. دوتوري دي كده اللي هي دكتور بالاسباني.
Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry for hiding her illness.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
Well said.
تقريبا هو
I
الفتوي
hope you'll
بتاع
get a chance to tell her that in person
سوميرو
the
او
next
حاجة زي
time you
كده.
see her.
مجنون ده. اكيد اكيد الجيم بلاي بتاعه كله خوازيق وسكاكين ومشارط وحاجات كده. مجنون بقى. But I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person next time you see her. بس ال اسمها ايه العنصر بتاعه هيبقى ايه او الفيجن بتاعته ايه بقى. مش عارفه ليه حاساها انسب له يعني كرايو عشان قلبه جامد كده والله. او توكسن صح يعني. بس حاسه انه هيبقى ايه في حاجه هيبقى مثلا انا بهزر اصلا يعني حقن ومشارط وحاجات كده.
Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
تقريبا قالوا كده على الجروب ان هو هيبقى كرايو فيجن حاجه كده يعني. بس لايقه يعني مش عارف. بحس انه دايما بيربطوا التلج والكرايو بالقلب الجامد مع اني بحب اوي التلج يعني الكرايو بحب انا. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such. ماشي والله. قصة ايه سوميرو
Don't worry, Kainari. We'll take good
في
care of
جروب
her.
استعبطوا. انا ما صدقتهاش في الاول بس كلام صح. انهي قصة كولي نفسها ولا القصة بتاع سوميرو كلها عموما. How's Cole's condition. اياك. سبحان الله بقى. بس انا مش شرط على فكرة الفيجن بتعطى لمين يعني. ما انا بقول يعني مرتبطة حاسة انها مرتبطة كده بس طبعا لا مش شرط يعني. سربوها فين. انا ما قابليش يعني الحمد لله ما قابلنيش حاجة يعني كلها حاجات نظريات توقعات كده.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better. Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more serious that she was serious about learning. So I felt compelled to ask her to join us.
Stamina has gotten much worse recently though. I'm not on physical. She's always just afraid the long distance patrols are a little too much for her now. دي حلاوة يعني. طب ليه اصلا بيشتروا طلبة في حرق اساسا وهي لسه شغالة يعني؟ ده انا بتغاظ من اللي بيحرق لعبة حتى لو بعد فترة، يعني حتى لو بعد وقت مثلا، لان مش برضو مش كل الناس بتكون لعبتها. مش بالضروري يعني كل الناس لعبتها، بس ماشي يعني. بيقولك مثلا لو فات كام شهر خلاص يعني اوريدي اغلبية الناس لعبت الحاجة، فخلاص بقى بيتكلم براحته. لكن يحرقوا وهم حرفيا لسه البتاع نازلة يعني. استفزاز ده. حتى لو تحذير بالحرق يعني، معلش بتحرق ليه طيب؟ عشان عايز يتكلم يعني عن قصة؟ ما ده غباء يعني. طب يعني مش عارفه والله. انا عارفه ان في ناس بتحب اصلا تتحرق عليها وبتاع، يعني نورة مثلا كده بتحب الحرق عادي، هي بتبقى عايزه يتحرق عليها. لكن مش كل الناس كده. that I've told you about Calli's past. To find some reason for the honestly to let me can we go along?
Yeah, we'd like to do something to...
All right, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering like the traveler. You must follow closely and listen to
يا عم انا عايزه اجرب العنصر الجديد اصلا. ولا انا برضو ما احبش الحرق اصلا.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a
بحب
plant known
اتفاجئ
as
بالحاجه
lunar
تصدم
lotus.
بقى كده.
It's often used to help those afflicted with Elazar recover their energy.
We'll be looking for a plant known as lunar lotus. مين؟ نيتو ده اسمها العلمي يعني ولا ايه؟ نيتوبالا ايه؟ نيتوبالا. It's often used to help those ماشي.
Hey, Minari, where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the
ممكن
name,
نعمل ده
it
ولا ايه؟
sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct.
ايوه
Lunar
انا قلت انها
lotus grows
تجميع.
in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue
Allah.
flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me.
نطاطة.
The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower.
انا مش مركزة مع كلامه اصلا.
You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their
Oh.
species.
بحب النطاطة اوي.
Take the Kalpalata, for example.
دي اكتر حاجة كنت بلعبها اصلا في النادي ولا في الحاجات اللي بيبقى
And then
فيها.
there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
كفاية رغي ابوس ايدك. عشان انا مش مركزة.
New to Paimon. Never bring up the topic of flowers with Kaina.
عشان بيرغي كتير اوي فيه. ايه ده؟
صغيرة
وانا صغيرة عايزة اطلع فوق يا جماعة، في ايه؟
نطاطة قدام، نطاطة برا
بحلاوتكم.
قدام اللي هو قدام بوابة، قدام البوابة.
ماشي.
ثم خلاص بوابوها.
لو ايه؟
ثم وصلت
هو اصلا بتاع تحت.
بوظ المرجحة
انا بطلع لي فوق. طيب
بوظ المرجحة وبوظ اللي هو
في النادي يعني.
بوظ النطاطة قدام البوابة.
ماشي.
يا قدام البوابة.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
ثواني بس عشان هو هيفصل اصلا بعد شوية. مين؟ ايوه نيلو تبالا لوتس. نيلو تبالا لوتس. اوه انتوا فاهمين. اللوتس دي اصلا يعني وردة اللوتس دي اساسا مشهورة. هي ورد بيبقى في المية. بيعتمد يعني على المية في زراعته وكده. ومشهور في النيل، موجود اصلا في النيل وكده. فالنيلو تبالا يعني ده اسمها العلمي. نيلو جاي من النيل، يعني هي مرتبطة اصلا بالنيل. اوه عايز مش هي دي فريش نيروت فعلا، اي في المية. ما هو كان موجود منها برضو في الأراضي التانية برضو، بس كلوتس عادي. بس حلوة بالإضافة إلى حتة نيل.
Alright, we've gathered enough lunar lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari.
واحد حلو أوي. وفين ده الأخ؟ النت بيستعبط شوية.
Hey Tainari, we found the lotuses you requested.
Let me take a look. Good, very good. These are all excellent quality. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have an...
Hey, Tainari!
يا دي طيب.
Oh, Tainari,
أمير.
someone's calling your name. They're
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others.
أمير.
But didn't they just set off not too long ago? What are they doing back so? Let's go find out what's going on.
يلا يا اسطى. عايز ايه يا امير؟ حرفيا هقول له كده عايز ايه بالمصري.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
الشخصية القديمة.
اه.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area. So we decided to come find...
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry.
دي حاجة
I
بتصيب
couldn't get clear enough
الزرع
for you
يعني.
to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we didn't risk getting any close.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime...
Wait, Tainari, why don't you...
You two have
أيوة.
only just arrived in Sumeru. You're still unfamiliar with many. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called... The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
لا يا حبيبي انا من غير فيجن بس احنا اقوياء
Yes,
جدا يعني.
Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the withering's corrosive effects for a time.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
يا حبيبي ما هو ده الفكرة بقى من الموضوع ان انا كده اقوى من اللي معاهم فيجن. انا ما عنديش فيجن ومانيبيوليت elements
Don't
يعني.
worry, she may not have a vision, but she's a real pro
هيفصل.
at using the power of the elements.
ألعاب.
هيفصل.
عايز ألعب.
نتفرج مع ده اسمه ايه قصة جديدة.
It seems the rumors about you are true. Soon may accompany me. We typically only teach visitors how to identify the withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today and show you what it looks like up close.
عندي ديل كمان.
اه عنده ديل كمان. ثواني كمان. ثواني يا حبيبي النت بقولك هيفصل التابلت هيفصل. هيفصل قلنا.
كم في المية؟
13%.
13.
يعني قليل جدا.
قليل.
ايوه والله قليل.
مش جدا. ما عادي مش مشكلة. مش مشكلة برضه لو
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
بس الدنيا تحس انها بهتت كده.
Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered. That whole area is kinda gloomy. Even the air looks like it's filled with...
ده قاعد صح.
Oh, Paimon doesn't like the look of this.
That is the withering. All right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the withering.
ولا لأ؟
If we eliminate those,
مش
then
صاحبتي
the
ده
area will
واحد.
be saved.
طب فين صاحبتك؟
مين؟
معاكي صاحبتك؟
صاحبتي مين؟
صاحبتك
اه لا مش صح.
مش معاكي؟
بسجل حاجة. if you made those then the area will be safe. Gotcha, let's do this.
Thank you. But I must warn you, don't push yourself. This is your first time handling this. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point it becomes too much, return outside the zone and take a breather. It could become a matter of life and death. You ready,
ماشي يا عم.
Dan? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone.
In the granum, these strange spurs that accompany the appearance of auspicious branches are then in the granum that symbolize the protection of Dendro. When charged, attacks and aimed shots hit the granum will attack alongside them. There are also some objects that will appear throughout your adventures that can only be activated or destroyed using the power of them. Okay. Daisy? Dreadful withering? The withering is not a fixed location. Instead, it refers to areas that have been corroded by some sort of mysterious and ominous power. In these areas, characters will accumulate decay. The speed of this accumulation will differ depending on the withering stone you're in. Depending on how much decay you have accumulated, all your party members will have their own elemental resistance, physical max. These stats will decrease more in accordance with the amount of decay. MashaAllah. If you remain within the zone after you fully accumulate decay, all your party members will fall. All? You must use the power of the Dendrogana to clear the withering away. Only via the method can you destroy the withering branches that spread the corrosive power. Only when on all the withering branches within the withering zone are destroyed can the tumor of the withering at the beating heart of the area be destroyed. The withering zone can be destroyed in this way, but zones, candles of life and flames of life may appear and help decrease the accumulation of the top quest. Prepare for the worst before. تمام. طب ثواني معلش. لا. المفروض اعمل ايه؟ مية مع ايوه when creatures are affected by hydro and dendro bloom.
Be still.
وانا بعمل ايه؟
بس مسلح.
Dodge this.
تهد بقى.
Be still.
Speed of light.
مش هنخلص النهارده. احنا كنا بناخد بتاع الجانا دي منين؟ ايوه اي click then attack the withering branch with charged attack. يلا بقى تحويل الشخصية صعب اوي عشان
Be still.
مش فاهمة، انا عمالة بعمل لها بالايم بتشارج اتاك قصدي. مش عايزة تعمل ليه؟
تكلمي صاحبتك؟
لا
امال ليه؟
يا ابني لا، بكلم بسأل نفسي. في حاجة غلط بعملها ولا ايه؟ هي البت دي يعتبر كده ما عندهاش تشارج اتاك يعني. طب ما انا عملت كده من الاول، مش فاهم في ايه. Perils within the wilderness apart from decay monsters that have been corroded by this environment. Attackers within causing decay to accumulate قصدي. The withering would destroy the shields guarding these monsters. يا النيلة السوداء. طب هو اصلا لسه يعني ما اداناش مثلا كولي عشان نجربها مش عارفه ايه الحاجه الغلط اللي انا بعملها، مش عارفه. فعلا ابعدي، ايه الغباء ده؟ بعمل تشارج بالسكيل غبية. ماشي خلاص عرفت ان اكسباير. ثواني بس يا حبيبي.
صاحبتك فين؟
انا بعمل فيديو يا بابا، مش هنا.
في جنشن.
معرفش والله، بعيد.
فين بقى؟ كان اسمه ايه؟
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tomb.
مش سحلية لا.
Oh, so sorry.
destroy the tumors of the withering.
نعم. ثواني يا حبيبي. يا حبيبي ثواني بس. اخيرا كنت عمالة بعمل الموضوع غلط اصلا.
Yes, thanks to you two. We were able to quickly restore this area back to normal.
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well, but...
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant won't work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The withering is leaving last. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover.
ماشي خد، ولو فصل بقى ما تقعدش تعيط. ثواني بس اشوف
13% ولا ايه؟
ثواني يا جماعة.
100% فراخ الجمعية. 100% فراخ الجمعية.
ماشي.
عايز ايه ده؟ 100% فراخ.
ده انت.
مين ده؟
انت.
أمبا؟
انت.
أنا؟ وده أنا؟
انت مش انت اللي كنت بتقول كده؟
This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself.
الجمعية؟
Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those plants.
This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants. ما تفتحش ده بقى عشان ما تعطلش النت.
ده انت
صوت شوية وريني كده حسن، عشان مش عايز الصوت بس يطلع هنا. ماشي
خلاص.
Because there's so many plants and the rainforests are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those.
And most disturbingly,
بس يا بابا مش عايزة اشوف.
have started to increase.
It's over there, so
Kami's case of Elazar has also become more serious.
I've started to increase Kali's case of يعني مرتبط بالمرض ده كمان.
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for patients with... No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru.
يا نهار أبيض، آلاف السنين.
It's said that it originates from the depths of the world.
أكيد حاجة لها علاقة بالقصة، يعني اسمها ايه، اللور أو البلوت قصدي بتاع ال.
By the way,
ليه سبب يعني في ال.
كده.
I think I read somewhere.
Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense.
أنا مش عارفة أركز يا بابا من الصوت.
Basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather than upwards.
ما أنا مش عارفة أركز كده. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense, you can basically think of it as larger than.
I'm sure you've heard
upside down يعني زي Stranger Things.
Spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground.
Where the blade lines right there like the roots of Emerson, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground. ده مش ده اللي احنا حلمنا بيه أو يعني اللي حصل لنا لما شفنا حاجة زي the cavern sounds about like what I saw when I lost بالظبط.
Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient... The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation of Irminsul. And as for the Withering, Its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it.
ايه ده يا بابا؟ إيه، لا لا، معلش سيبي الحق لو سمحت. مينفعش. مش وقت دلوقتي. طيب حبيبي مش وقت. Its emergence is related to diseases affecting. As for the withering, its emergence is related to diseases affecting you.
That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Ermin's soul. I'm afraid we rangers will be battling the withering zones here for a long time until a cure is found.
أنا بقى اللي هعالج
That's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.
يا لهوي شوية معلومات عنب. لا نفتح البتاع دي في السكة. حلوة النطاطة. بقى مش موتي. المفروض اطلع من هنا عادي، بس لا دي لازم اصعب المهمة على نفسي. طب المرة نصح اسمها ايه؟ ناس بتشد بحبل كده.
في واحد بيعمل له لحم من فوق.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back.
The withering zone you reported has
عشان
been
مركزة
taken
معاها.
care of. No need to worry. Wait, is that?
يقول لها
Oh no, Hypatia!
مالها دي؟ هاي بيشة دي واحدة بتربيها.
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
اللي ما ردتش عليها.
How could we forget?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Just let Paimon read, huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandhar, she must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat.
نعم.
And it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations. This letter is her asking
يا
us for
حلاوة دي
help.
بتموت بقى. نفسي بتاكل بقالها 3 أيام.
3 days? Hey, wait, how did you know all that?
Well, obviously because this has happened before.
She drew 5 lines
Last
and by
time
the
she drew
time
5 lines. And by the time we found her... Needless to say, Apasia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as quickly as... I've got some emergency rations set aside for times like these. Paimon, Traveler, could you two bring these to her?
Wait, you want us to bring her the rations? Well, will the Traveler be okay if her cave is still filled with that?
Let's find out. Here, Traveler, take a smell and see. So, how do you feel?
Huh? Really?
ايه ده؟
You're not
ما
feeling
قريتش.
even a little drowsy? Wait, how'd you know that she...
Back when we were clearing the withering zone, I observed that she could adeptly manipulate the dendro element. I knew then that she would be fine. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Though I don't intend to, because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumer. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was part of my responsibilities to ascertain whether you could be entrusted with the fate of Sumeru.
There was so much feeling.
Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence, and I no longer feel the need to hide any
بصراحة
secrets.
يعني أنا ما أقدرش ألومك.
When you
إذا لو
passed
أنت بقى
out,
وراك
your
حاجة ما
consciousness had connected directly with Irminsul. What you witnessed were actually real memories
لسه أقول حاجة
contained
بتحصل
within
في ساعتها.
Irminsul itself. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask
لا real
Hypatia
memories
instead.
لا يبقى حاجات حصلت قبل
Our
كده يعني
focus on
ولا
meditation and
بتحصل
use of
دلوقتي؟
spirit borneal are aimed at establishing a connection with
كلامك
Irminsul.
كبير قوي يا ابني. I
Just
could
as
try
you
to
did.
tell you more but it would be better if you want to ask Hypatia instead. Her focus on meditation use of Borneo are aimed at establishing a connection with Irminsul just as you did.
That sounds nice and all, but will she really help us?
ده كان واحد بيتخرم
Seriously, she
دول
could probably ignore us.
عشان كانت بتمديتيت ظهر وهي ماشية
That
كمان.
was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training.
كنت لسه أقولها.
During that time, she must avoid... Please, wait here for a moment.
متقدرش تتفرج على أي حاجة وخلاص يا ولد. هم؟
نعم.
متقدرش تتفرج على أي حاجة وخلاص.
Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. Also,
يا أروح لوحدي
here's a
ولا إيه؟
letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and she'll answer any questions you may have. No. I should be the one thanking you. You've both...
Acacia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
نتجسس على اللتر لو سمحت. ده كده emergency. ده more than emergency. بس بدل الكاسيس that looked very tasty inside. أيمن طبعا هتاكلهم في الطريق. Letter from Toyota Hypatia. In the letter, the general explains your idea and solution after coming to some requests that Hypatia help clear up your doubts. Okay. أنا بس أشوف ال يا لهوي ايه ده؟ Dendro quicken will okay quicken okay which will render them quickened. You can affected by electro or dendro attacks that aggravate or spread reactions will occur respectively causing them to take additional damage. ماشي. Illustration bloom. At the same time, females are created on the limit reached or if the duration and the ماشي. Reaction bloom pyro. They will trigger burgeon. حاجات دي جديدة causing even greater كذا dendro. احنا عرفناه كان bloom وايه تاني dendro. When dendro cores come into contact with electro, they will trigger hyper bloom and transform into homing sprawling shots. حصل فعلا ده من شوية. عشان كده اصلا جاب لي البتاع صحيح. when the record حلوة دي والله. Bouncy mushrooms. This type of tree like under normal you can jump and higher heights. Its elasticity will be further increased after you have electro. Its elasticity will be further increased after you have activated using electro. حلوة دي. طيب كده 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 you can jump on. ماشي.
Total of 5 dusk birds.
مستاهلة يعني.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
ايوه احسن من خنقة الطيران دي عشان انا بتخنق من الطيران اصلا. سرع المواضيع شوية.
Hello.
ده واحد معاه مسدس في
Hypatia.
الشارع.
Hey. Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
What was that sound? Sounds like it's coming from inside the cave.
لا مش مسدس.
ايه حيوان ولا ايه ده؟ ايه ده؟ ايه الشيء ده؟ خلاصو
ده تقتليه؟
معرفش لسه. شكله كيوت انه يتقتل يعني. كاتسين.
وده سريتشا ده
لا كاتشب.
كاتشب بتاعي.
ايه المشكلة اللي فيه بقى؟
كاتشب بتاعي.
ثواني يا حبيبي.
عايز
بيبقى شكله ممكن يقطع. حاضر ثواني. اصل النت عندي فيه برضه مشكلة اصلا يعني لسه منزله 26 جيجا يعني ظاهر علامة النت يعني ايه.
Hypatia, are you alright?
يا عيني.
So hungry.
There's no way we can get her to eat in her current condition. Let's try. Huh? Wait.
It looks super foggy
Why
outside
does
all
it
the
look
time.
super foggy outside?
خلاص راحت يعني. ميست هو في ايه بالظبط؟ هي البت كوسنولا دي بتهبب بحاجة ولا ايه؟
Hot things out here end up looking like this. What happened? And where are we? Really? Oh,
لا
maybe.
Proceed onward and go through the tree hollow. انا جوه conscious بتاع حد او حاجة بتاع بنت كوسوناري دي مثلا.
This place is huge.
الله مكان حلو قوي.
There's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
السلام عليكم.
مين اللي بتسلم عليا؟
الطيور ده ممكن تقول عليه.
معرفش والله ايه اللي حصل.
Be still.
Bouncing mushrooms and domains. Times find bouncing mushroom with the sword in summer's domains. ده domain يعني. The reasons.
صح.
معرفش. The reasons for which these mushrooms are not one of the trigger are known that must be quite fascinating indeed. ماشي. طب في حاجة تانية ثواني بس. البيئة فظيعة بصراحة، حلوة اوي. هشوف بس ده ايه المكان ده. ايه يا عمي؟ مش عارفة انط بتاع يعني، مش عارفة ايه ده. احنا عايزين نروح فين اصلا؟ هنا؟ اوكي. طب على طول بقى. ايه الدريم كاتشر ده؟
كاتشر.
ثواني يا حبيبي، ثواني سيبني اركز.
تلعبي؟
لا في ايه بقى؟ مش عايز تتظبط ليه؟
ايوه.
دي هتروح لهنا. ماشي. في ايه؟ دي حاجة مستفزة. ايه ده؟ لا. مش عارفة اظبطها ليه. عايزة اروح الحتة دي اصلا. ايوه كده. لا كنت هقع. عايزة اشوف ايه المكان ده. يا سلام، نفس المكان اللي انا جيت منه اصلا. يا سلام. لا يا حبيبي خلاص. اللي خلاني اجيب من هنا في حاجة تقرف والله. try to get to the special cave. ماشي. بصوص. اسمها بترقص. كاتشينج بترقص. سابت المطبخ وبترقص.
ماما
نعم.
بصي دي عند بابا.
ماشي.
موبايل لبابا.
ماشي.
نعم.
ثواني بس. What؟ هيفصل في الدرجة بعد شوية. The quaint room. ايه ده؟ دي حاجة في انازوما دي.
الوان.
بسجل يا حبيبي، ما تقعدش تشغلني. ما عنديش مشكلة بما اني هاخد صناديق. انا حاسة ان بنت الكوسناريس دي بتعمل حاجة. في بنت هدوات بتاعت التري هولو. high level rosin in domains. You will sometimes find primeval rosin and seal paths that correspond to them within domains in Sumeru. Collectively, primeval rosin within these domains to unlock the corresponding path. ماشي. ماشي. دي الحتة اللي انا رحتها في الاول. ايه ده؟
Nowhere to hide.
Kamisato up. Suiyu. This will be frozen in time.
اوه معيش ال
Be still. Cool it.
Don't blink.
دي معجنة حرفيا. Other mentioned talent level up material حاجة تانية تتاخد. ده ايه المويه الخضرا دي ولا ايه دي؟ جيلي تفاح ده ولا ايه؟ بهزر وات؟ ما هذا؟ ليزر اخضر. ايه ده اللي حصل؟ ايه الحريق ده ولا انا بولع يا جدعان؟ ايه ده المفروض اعمل ايه؟ ايه ده مش حقيقي. ده المفروض اقف عليه؟ لا شوفوا مش قلتلكوا انا حاسه ان هو حاجه مضره. مش واخده بالي من بتاع دي. ماشي. ايه ده؟ انا بروح فين؟ لسه فاضل واحدة. حاسب يا حبيبي. وبعدين بقى في اللبش ده انا يا سلام عليك يا سلام. ما تعمل كده يا بو.
Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go. What in Tibet is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute.
بس يا باي عشان صوتك بيعصبني اكتر من الموضوع نفسه.
You don't look so good.
انا زي الفل، انتي بس ايه نزومة دي ولا نزومة خالص؟ وفي ايه؟ في ايه هنا؟ حاسة ان الاقي كازوها قدامي مثلا. down the corridor. في ايه؟ هو في ايه؟ مش عارفه اتحرك من هنا ليه. down the corridor. انهي كوريدور؟ مش فاهم. اروح هنا يعني؟ تحت فين حضرتك؟ تحت فين؟ وانا تايهه ليه؟ مش فاهمه. فين؟ ورايا فين؟ انا حاسه في حاجه في اللعبه، حاجه غلط. لا مش هي، تستنى بس. في حاجه مش صح.
اليمين ورا.
اليمين؟
اليمين ورا.
فين؟ فين؟ هنا؟
لا مش ده.
فين؟
هنا. ايوه.
مفيش حاجه هنا.
ايه ده؟
يا جماعه حد يقول لي حاجه.
بص اقعدي نط كتير لحد ما تخرجي.
ازاي يعني؟ لا هو في حاجه غلط.
الله.
مينفعش اصلا اعدي الحته دي.
ليه طيب المكان؟ يعرف ليه المكان طيب؟
في حاجه المفروض المنطقه دي يبقى فيها حاجه الظاهر. investigate the courtyard far down the corridor. ليف دومين بقى. يا لهوي انا لسه هعيد ده كله. حسبي الله. ده زئبق؟
نعم.
ثواني. مش ميه.
امال ايه ده؟
ده زئبق.
نعم. امال ايه ده؟ نعم. امال ايه ده؟
ده زئبق.
نعم.
زئبق مادة كيميائية. يلا يا عم.
ملونة لون ايدي.
هو الدومين ده مثلا ده دومين متحرك انا دخلته ولا ايه بتاع الصغير؟ دي حقيقة.
يحاول يمسح لون، يجرب يمسح لون.
اقعد محار. محار. نشوف نجرب تاني مرة كده. عرفنا الطريق خلاص. نعمل ايه يعني؟ هندسها بس اجمل بس. معلش انت تتفرج عليا.
Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Dodge this. Don't push your luck. Cascade.
Propagate!
Freeze. Be still.
كان فيها صندوق تقريبا ده كان ايه؟ خدتش بالي. كفاية بقى. خدته. ليه يا عم؟ ايه الرخامة دي؟ في ايه؟ ساعات كده بتلوح كده متابقش. لأ
Nowhere to hide. Springboard.
Freeze!
Don't blink. Hey.
Be still. Oh, so sorry.
Cut to the chase.
ثواني يا حبيبي.
Cascade. Dodge this.
مش بيقطعها زي الزفت. ثواني. كفاية خلاص. فقط.
ولا انا؟
ماشي. كل ما عايزة اوصل للحتة اللي انا عايزة اوصلها يروح مدخلني في مكان تاني.
What is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute. Hey, what's the matter? You don't look so good.
مثلا كده ولا المفروض نعمل ايه؟ يا فهمتهاش في الاول دي. Are you doing the other side? شوف الهبل. انزل يا حبيبي. يلا يا بابا.
انزل عليكي. انزل عليكي.
ايش اللي عم يحصل؟
الله.
حلو فعلا. يا اهلا.
اهلا بك يا عمو الخيار اللي انا عارفه. اهلا بك يا عمو الخيار اللي انا عارفه دلوقتي. ليه ما في مكان فاضي؟ ليه مكان ليه؟ انا طبعا لعب سبايدر مان لما جابوني كتير.
انت فين يا ابني؟
نعم. انا طبعا لما جابوني كتير بعين استخبى وعين الناس كتير.
Frostbite.
Speed of light.
Cascade. Kami-sato armor. Suiyu.
مش تقول يا عمي.
Cut to the chase.
جوني ايه يا عم؟ طب افتح عليه.
Be still.
Scatter.
Cool it.
Incoming.
في ايه يا ابن الذين
Cascade.
مش عارفه الغي بيأخر السكيلز بتاعتي ليه؟
Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it. We've made others like him before. What's wrong this time?
ثواني يا حبيبي.
تاني.
بس انا اسف عنه. بس يا حبيبي عشان بسجل بس. في ايه يا عم؟ هترجع عليا ولا ايه؟ بس يا حبيبي يا ربنا الدنيا ده محتاجين نشتغل عليه شوية. بيفصل. كل ده remember what you saw.
What do we do? We haven't seen her. Oh, there she is! Quick, quick!
دي ماتت خلاص تقريبا.
Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why did you drop her food on the floor like that? Are you okay? Anyways, we can talk about this later. You better... Whoa, wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her.
Who's there? Tainari, is that you?
Classy.
Huh?
It's okay. You can relax, Aisha. Tainari sent us here to bring you some food and water. Here, we have a letter.
بس يلا في ايه؟
So, you're friends with Tainari. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought up...
Well, actually, we didn't bring the fruit. It was already here when we
ده
arrived.
ضخم قوي البتاع.
We were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit lying around and even some
ثواني
juice
ثواني.
dripping from your lips. How did you end up like this anyway?
Oh, really?
Genshin.
I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my native.
يبقى ده النيبر اللي هو
You mean
الصغنن
there's
ده.
someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see them too?
Wait, hold on a second, traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly...
No, I actually do believe what the traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before and ended up scaring my timid little neighbor here.
بالراحة.
You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
أنا قلت كده.
Hypatia, just what kind of creature is your neighbor exactly?
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have... I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind... And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure. In my curiosity,
خلصوا.
I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave, because they didn't seem to mind me approaching them. They just kept doing whatever they were up to. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be seen. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't alone. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected them to save me. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tainari mentioned in his letter that you had questions for me regarding Irminsul.
جيبيها طيب.
Mom?
Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Bye. So.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier...
انت بتلقحي عليا يعني؟
Looks like we'll need to prepare something ourselves. Besides, Hyman's... Alright, we're out, traveler. Today's menu will feature sweet madame and a radish veggie soup. You'll love them, Hypatia. There are...
Sounds good. I've never tried any dishes from other nations before. I certainly look forward to it. It's been so long since I've had a decent meal too. To be honest, the last time had to be when Tainari came to visit.
Make something better.
Are you already finished cooking? Smells delectable. I'm truly thankful whenever I can.
فين؟ الحمد لله ما قالش ولعي النار تاني.
All done. Let's use the empty box that Tainari. Oh, it smells amazing. And the box is a nice touch too. Let's go serve this up and start eating with Hypatia.
ماشي. قطع خلينا نطبخ فعلا يعني.
Are you already finished cooking? Smells delectable.
I think we need to get anything. Shh.
Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with her. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so.
نهار الصبح على
And everyone at the academia
صبر
even
أيوب.
lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives with.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
هو احنا البتاع اللي في النص اللي هي لونها اخضر دي والسويرتين الخضر دول بيتغيروا اللون بتاعهم حسب العنصر او حاجه؟ قبل كده كانوا بيقولوا لهم برتقاني لما كنا في الحمد لله بالجيو. دلوقتي اخضر يعني هنا كاخضر كان لون باين فعلا.
The ingredients used to make spirit borneo primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients
اللون شعره حلو قوي مش اخضر اخضر هو تحس انه درجة خضر كده غريبة شوية. Caravara. These special ingredients are conductive to hardening our senses to the Dendro Archon's power.
Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within
لون شعر
Irminsul,
سكرز برضه.
we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the
We
depths
can
of
occasionally
her
tap
earth.
into our power to peer into the depths. ايه يا عم ده كله؟ We can tap into our powers to peer into the
Naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul in their first ever attempt must be a person of.
Makes sense.
بس يا حبيبي بس.
I've got a question. Why was she sensitive to the smell of those plants?
That was primarily due to her body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, she could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience the sensory overload. Hence, taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of spirit borneo would cause adverse effect. Not to worry though. It appears you've already fully recovered.
ماشي كلام دلوقتي. Not to worry though, it appears you have already fully recovered.
Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using intentional
بتقري ولا ايه؟ انا هقفل بعد شوية عشان كده مش هينفع خالص. Your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. Using intentional meditation technique, the scent of the spirit borneo.
That's relief.
دماغي مش مركزة خالص.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from pounding headaches for the rest of my life, I'd consider it worthwhile.
Whoa, you're really serious about
I am. As a member of the Italian Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living
But there's so much we don't know, especially regarding the mystery that lies in the story.
Which is why I must turn to the all-knowing Irminsul for answers. If only my perception wasn't so
I
limited.
can guarantee that my every attempt to attune the Irminsul will be
Unfortunately, I
successful
cannot
if I do
guarantee that my every
anything.
attempt. I am currently in the stage of training known as Sakiyabado
يا نهار أبيض.
and touching such knowledge without the process
سيبني بس اركز في كام حاجه كده معلومات كتير قوي. ده اللي بكرهه ليه. ده ثواني ثواني شوشرة في الماء. مش عارفة ايه السبب في الموضوع ده. ممكن عشان بتحرك مش ما بحرك. الموشن كنت عندي سكر اني ابرق كل الجلوس. اسمها هيتاشي. فكرني هيباتيا اللي هي بتاعت الراهبة اللي بتاعت اسكندرية او اللي كانت عيطار عالمة برضه. وجايبينها ريسيرشر وبعدين حتى اسمها ايه البريد اللي كده اللي عاملاه حوالين شعرها دي فكرني باليونانيين بتوع زمان. فالباتيا دي كانت ايام اليونانيين تقريبا. فكله كانت عالمة مصرية تقريبا متعلقة ببعض. الحاجة دي especially during nights that are pitch black and no light and different ثواني يا ولد. انا شكلي هقفل يا جماعه، مش هينفع كده خالص. طب انت عامل مع انت بتضايقها ليه؟ طيب ما هقفل بعد الحوار بقى. everything realistic. So مش حلوين بقى يعني، لازم يكون في عقلانية. أرانارا يا سلام، عندهم بان هم يبطلوا يحلموا او يشوفوا يعني احلام في منامهم كده يعرفوا خصم الطفل. حلوه دي. I never dreamed again.
But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again.
هي دي أرانارا يعني؟
It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw. Back then, I was foolish and ignorant, but
خلاص اتعودوا على حاجة معينة فبالنسبة لهم ده ايه الهبل ده. حاجة لها علاقة بأخونا؟ ايه الأسامي دي؟ يعني فعلا فاهمين احنا حاجة بقى، بتكلمينا بالمصطلحات العميقة بتاعت I'm already looking for ماشي يا عسل كده خلاص احنا بنقفل اهو. now that we know that she's right. ايوه بقى عايزه اقفل، عايزه اكمل بس مش هينفع. لا خلاص بقى نقفل. طيب نكمل بقى بعدين ان شاء الله، يكون وقت مناسب اكتر. يكون النت برضو افضل يعني. يعني 3 مرات اعيد الستريم ولا حاجه. اشوفكم الستريم الجاي. سلام.